男なら誰かのために強くなれぶつかり合って精一杯やってみろ泣いてもいいよ
Hey everybody, it's your captain here with a small list of my top 5 Toho kaiju I hope make an appearance not only in the Monsterverse but in Godzilla King of the Monsters that comes out in 2019. If you haven't heard, the director has confirmed that there's going to be more than the initial 4 kaiju that they've announced. Godzilla, obviously, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. He's announced that there's at least one more Toho kaiju that's going to show up. Here's a list of the 5 I would like to see and I also think are the most possible. Hope you enjoy. Number 5, Kamacuras. Now this one's not a particular favorite of mine. I'm mostly going with this one because of the potential for being the ultimate cannon fodder kaiju. Because in most situations where Kamacuras is in the Godzilla movies, there's like a horde of them, and I think that would be pretty awesome, like to see a horde of Kamacuras fighting Godzilla or Rodan or something, and them just like completely wiping the floor with all of them, like waves and waves, and just burn and fire and death, and yeah. Plus, it just seems like a more like plausible than most of the other really out there kaiju that are in the Tohoverse. So yeah, Kamacuras. Number 4, Ebirah, or Ibira, whatever, the giant shrimp. Now this is one of 2 that I actually think could possibly be in King of the Monsters in that one scene where they're in the underwater castle looking temple area that's worshipping Godzilla. I feel like there's going to be an underwater battle there, and this is the one that I feel like is they're more inclined to include because it's a bit of more of a throwaway monster than some of the other ones, especially the one I really hope is and is further on this list. But yeah, Ebirah is a nice little nod. It's a great little throwaway kaiju because a lot of Godzilla fans wouldn't be that upset if they just killed him off within a few minutes of the movie, you know, or if he's only got a couple of minutes of screen time. But either way, it'd be a fun little kaiju to use and make for an entertaining underwater battle sequence. So, yeah, Ebirah. Number 3, Megaguirus. Now this giant dragonfly from the one movie in the entire Godzilla series, I think would be an excellent addition because all Toho fans have wanted to see this guy go toe-to-toe with Rodan or Mothra, or both. And if any fan worth his salt remembers, in the original Rodan movie, the Meganula, which are little baby Megaguirus things that are like that kind of like worker ants for their queen Megaguirus, made an appearance in the original Rodan as the food for Rodan. And what better way to like kind of like wink and a nod and also give us something that'd be pretty badass if you have Rodan feeding on these little creatures, and then their queen is like, "Hey, what the fuck you doing?" and then comes out and they have like a brief really crazy air battle. Be awesome. So yeah, Megaguirus, here's hoping. Number 2, Titanosaurus. Let's be honest, we all want to see Titanosaurus. He got one movie where he teamed up with Mechagodzilla and then was never heard from again. He made some brief appearances in some of the Godzilla comics where he got to do some cool stuff. But I know we all want to see him, and I honestly think and kind of hope for that he's the one that's going to battle Godzilla underwater in that temple, and not Ebirah, even though I think Ebirah is going to be it because he's a bit more disposable. But I think the cinematic of watching Titanosaurus fight Godzilla underwater would be a whole lot more like It would be more cinematic, is what I'm trying to say, but words fail me sometimes. But yeah, it'd be cool to see that giant monster dinosaur thing. And I mean, it falls in line. You could easily write him off as a potential territorial rival to Godzilla because they're so similar and things like that, as giant bipedal reptilian creatures fighting for territory and the worshipness or whatever the hell is going on in that temple. Who knows? Don't care. I just want to see them go at it. And even if you don't have them fight Godzilla, you could have them fight Rodan. That would be a pretty interesting fight. Have Rodan flying a little too close to the water and Titanosaurus jump out, try to eat him. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, Titanosaurus, number 2. Number 1, Anguirus. You know it, I know it. Every Godzilla fan out there knows it. We all want to see Anguirus get his day in the sun. Okay, he's been around the longest of all the kaiju that have been in this series that didn't get some kind of big spotlight since his original movie in Godzilla Raids Again, where he was killed by Godzilla. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen a 50-fucking-year-old movie. But we love this little guy, man. He's scrappy. He's always getting in there and getting into trouble and going toe-to-toe with these monsters that are way out of his league. Way out of his league, or he's out of their league, whatever. He doesn't stand a chance, and yet he's always getting in there starting shit. And it's great, and he's always been an ally to Godzilla. I don't expect to see that, but I would like to see if they kind of start with Godzilla fighting Anguirus on an island, kind of like they did in Godzilla Raids Again. And, Godzilla defeats Anguirus and leaves him thinking that he's dead, but he's really just run away. Something to be used somewhere down in the future. That'd be awesome, because we all love Anguirus. He's the scrappy little kaiju that could, and he needs to get his day in the sun. And the thought of what he would look like in the Monsterverse gives me tingles. So what did you think? Who are your hopefuls as far as showing up in the Monsterverse and possible cameos in Godzilla King of the Monsters? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for listening.
ただそれだけできれば